Ich bin der Schlüsselmacher. Aber ich mache nicht einfach nur Schlüssel. Ich verschaffe dir Zugang zu den besten Geschichten der Welt. Denn meine Schlüssel bringen dich überall hin und können alles mit dir machen. Ist der hier für dich?
Unlock great stories. Kanal Plus. Stream großartige europäische Serien und Filme.
Hi, welcome back to the Waves Festival, everyone that's here in person, everyone online. We have a first today, and this is a feedback session for websites. We've been doing listening feedback sessions for years, I think, but this is the first time that we've presented the opportunity to artists to submit websites and to get personal feedback from our expert panel on those websites. So thank you so much for submitting, if you've done that, and thanks for joining in the audience. I'm going to ask my panel to introduce themselves. I'll just say their first names. We've got Terry, Max, and Julian. If you could just maybe, starting with Julian, if you could just say a little bit about yourself and your experience with websites.
Mm-hmm. Hi, I'm Julian. Apart from being a musician myself, I'm a website project manager and innovation consultant. I've been working for different agencies and consulting companies for the last couple of years, and I've accompanied projects and clients from different industries, from automotive to B2B telecommunications software. And right now, I can give a little bit of feedback on the artistic side of web design. I'm looking forward to it. Thank you.
Hello, Julian. I'm Max. I'm creative and art director from Bureau Butter. I'm a musician too. We are doing art direction, creative direction, graphic design, websites. Also, maybe you've heard of it, the Butter sessions, like music sessions for musicians in Austria, photography, videography, and maybe you heard of it. Our last project was also a website project, the podcast of M. Frank, the Diary of M. Frank, as an audio platform at mfrank.digital, and I'm happy to be here today.
Hi, I'm Terry. I started working in radio, and then I moved on to publishing. I worked at BMG in Berlin, and then went back to Vienna to CU Records, that's an indie label. And then I co-founded Asim Records, and now I have my own record label and music agency called Morinoko. I'm not really a professional considering websites, but I work a lot with artists, and they always ask me about feedback for their websites, and sometimes I even help them with their websites. But yeah.
Great. Okay, thank you. I think the first thing I'm going to do is see how many of the artists are actually present that submitted. So firstly, thanks so much for putting yourself out there. It's a vulnerable thing to do, but this is a safe space where we'll be very respectful to one another, and hopefully it's really constructive feedback that we end up giving. So who do we have in the room? Do we have, and I don't know how to pronounce the first name actually, Kubacek is the last name, Andre Kubacek? Perfect. Thank you. Liz Meta. Great. Kosti Kapsalas? Mm-hmm. Okay, great, yes. And Annika Lange? No, okay. Then we'll start with those who are here, and in the end we can maybe go to Annika's website, because she did submit. Maybe you're out there, Annika. All right, we'll start with, let's see what comes up first. So the format would be that we will simply show the websites. If the artist would like to say something first, maybe give some disclaimers, this is why I did this, I'm working on this, anything you might want to introduce about your website, that's great. If you don't want to say anything in the beginning, we can wait till the end to talk about it together. So this should be a very relaxed situation for everyone, I hope. Yeah? Okay. Well, Liz, you're the first one on my list, so I'm going to start with that. So the first thing is we have cookies. So the panelists have seen the websites prior, almost all of them. So I'm just going to scroll down a little bit and see what's on the home page, on the starting page. Okay. Okay. Would anyone like to start with any feedback for the homepage? Oh, yes, I'm sorry. That's what I said. I apologize. Please. All right. Why don't you say it and I'll repeat it? Sorry, thanks, Franz. Yeah. Okay. Okay, so for anyone who's watching online, this is a website that has not been updated in a while, and she's just very happy to get some tips from the panel. So, okay, sorry, thank you. Julian, do you want to say something?
Yeah. The first thing that comes to my mind is, above the fold, from a UX perspective or a branding perspective, I would not be clear if this is a visual artist website or a music artist, because it's just it's creative, but it's not clear. Only the YouTube implementation down there gives a slight hint that this is referencing a music act. What I'm missing here from this above the fold space is something that is where it's clear that you're an artist and you're making music. Currently, I just see the logo and Liz matters. Since I'm not familiar yet with the artist name, I would not be clear on what to expect. Scrolling down, I get the feeling it's more like less a website and more of a digital press kit. It looks like it's just a selection of videos and of singers, which it basically is, yes. That you just summarized here. And so I would ask the question, what is it that you want to achieve with the website? Do you just want to collect material? You want to show some data? Or do you want to offer the audience something, some additional content, maybe something that will keep them interested? Maybe a social media implementation? Yeah. Max, do you want to continue?
Yeah, I agree with you. I think I like the color. I have some questions. I think it's about, in the first, you should think about who want to address, which person do you want to speak? Do you want to speak to a public or to bookers or to managers or something like that? And then you should think about the structure of the website, because you could do, there's no menu, it's just scrolling. You should do menu points, like anchor points, to jump down to the points. And there are some questions like, are these covers of songs or just pictures, or is it art? We still don't know. They're nice, I really like them. But you should think about, what do you want to say? It's like, okay, this is the new single, this is Liz Matter. Click here to hear it. And then give the website some structure, like the new single, concert dates, make the video available, of course, and give it some structure. I would also, stop a bit up, please, make this not centered, just left, because it's hard to read when it's centered. Thank you. You can go down. And then you can say here, like, videos or live sessions, and give it more structure. And also here, like, it's only says social media, and then there's an ad. Okay, and there are some links. Like, think about structure, think about Hierarchien, was heißt hier?
Hierarchies?
Hierarchies about what's important, what's not that important, and also maybe think about what's the USP of your product or from your website. What want you that people think when they see the website? What want you to how they react, like in advertising, say like a call to action, like listen to the new singles or something like that, and then link to Spotify or wherever. Just think about structure.
So Liz, assuming that you're trying to enlarge the website or the content, you would need a new menu structure, right? Because there's no navigation structure currently, just a one-pager. Is it correct to determine that you want to enlarge the content?
If you want to make the website, and I use the free version
Of WordPress.
and I didn't put in the time to check out what this free version has to offer and how I can make the structure.
Okay.
Just needed a website really quickly.
Real,
That's why I put like
This is my fault. Also the first time I'm doing it. So actually, I'm going to make a new rule. The artists that we're talking about should maybe sit in the front so that they can take the mic. So do you mind? Or do you want me to just repeat that one again for the audience? Do you want to come up here? Mm-hmm. Okay.
So your question was what I wanted to achieve with this website, and my answer was that I needed a website really quickly, and I took the free version of WordPress, and I made this really quickly, and I put in some content, and then I didn't work on it for a year, and now I want to make it better and put in some new content and also think about those questions. Who do I want to address and why? And make it more structured, and that's why I'm here.
Okay. So trying to paraphrase it, is it you want to have the website as some sort of a container? For the website purpose would be a container to address every segment that you're trying to speak to, like the industry, press, and fans as well.
It's a question I have to think about, and also because you said it's not clear if I'm a musician or artist. It's actually both, because I do like work on the music videos as well. I make this artwork myself, so I kind of want to present also this artwork and the music as well together. Okay. And I have to find a way how I do this the best way I can.
Okay. Terry, sorry.
I would try and make this, I would indicate that you can click on these pictures, because for me it was like, are these covers, and if I click on them, do I come to like a YouTube video or what are they? I really like them as well, but I think you should indicate that you can click on them to make them bigger, or maybe even indicate, hey, this is my cover, you can download it here.
Exactly, that's the cover of my
Yeah. And I always look for press kits on websites, because I know that radio people need them always. They always want to download press kits, and maybe they can't find the press release online, and then they're like looking and can't find it. And I think it's always very handy if you like make a little link to Dropbox, something like that. I would also put your socials on the top of the website. And I know that you post very pretty pictures on Instagram. And if I were you, I would just do a little plug-in on your website that puts all the pictures from Instagram on your website. So people always see your recent pictures, and then you don't have to upload them all the time, but they come automatically onto your website. That's what came into my mind.
From a technical perspective, it depends on how much time and effort you want to put into there. And you want to put into WordPress, for that matter. There are a lot of quite convenient themes, like the basic layout of a website online, that are quite suitable for musical artists, like the Rockstar theme someone else is using here in the audience. So you could actually just play around with that, and you might find a layout and the navigation structure that fits it. And why I'm addressing the navigation structure so often is because Google usually ranks websites for every page there is, and if there's only one page, it's very difficult to get a Google listing at all, apart from your name. So I would always recommend that you have many sub-pages, not only a one-pager. If you want to have a website. Apart from that, you can only have social media. Yeah, okay. But the message was, if you're prepared to put some time and effort into it, you should look into WordPress themes, which are like the basic, you know what a theme is, and find a proper one that suits your concept and the message you wanna convey. And you can build the stuff up from there, referencing all our suggestions that we had earlier.
I think I'm totally with you. I wanted to say the themes thing too. I think you should mention one thing. This is WordPress.com, and I think WordPress.com is the German WordPress version that does not support third themes. You should use WordPress.org, It's super nerdy.
Yeah.
Because WordPress.com is not that a powerful tool that WordPress.org. It's totally different. WordPress.org is free too, of course. You just need your have to pay your server and your domain. And I think in WordPress.com it's totally free, but it's not that powerful. And as you say, Rockstar is a good theme. I always work when I do content management systems with WordPress with this theme Simplice. It's made, I think, for artists and designers, but it's super, super powerful and super easy to use. It's like just put things together, and it really looks nice because it's made that designers understand the work. Like in typography, you have headlines and subtext and text and hierarchies too, and like in Simplice, you just can say like headline 1, headline 2, text, and give them a nice typography. And it's super easy to use, and there are a lot of tutorials out there on YouTube and stuff like that, how to make it look really, really cool. And you also can define like the desktop version, the mobile version, the tablet version, and it's really, really easy to use. Simplice. It's called Simplice 5, I think.
Is it free?
No, it's not free, but I think it's like 100 euros or something like that for forever. Just you have to pay it once, and then you can use it all the time, and it's super powerful. No product placement.
It's getting no provision.
We didn't talk about the mobile version. I don't know how to do this on this computer.
You can open the inspector tools actually. Yeah.
I think so.
Yeah. Sorry. You okay? Do you want your...
There should be a menu. Where's the menu?
While he's doing that, some positive feedback from me. I was happy that it was in English. I think that that's really important to at least have an English option. And so it is in English, so it's great. I think it's, I was reading some do's and don'ts about band websites that I didn't think of myself, and one of them was like, don't have music start immediately when you turn on the website, and I do think that's pretty old-fashioned at this point and kind of annoying if you have to, you open a website, you're like, I don't want it to be loud, you have to turn it off, so. And I also think, I actually liked that it's this blog format. I agree that there should be some kind of menu that maybe you can jump at least to the category that you want, but I do think nowadays we're so used to just scrolling things. I wonder how long artist websites are even going to be around. I think that people might just start using Instagram, which is a scrolling method, and then linking to Linktree. But I liked that everything was on one page. The other thing that I think was missing is like live dates, right? I don't think there's a section for live dates. Yeah. When I'm looking at a band.
You can use a plugin for that as well. If you have Songkick, is it called Songkick?
Yeah.
They have usually plugins. I know that they have it for Squarespace and for Wix. So you don't have to go onto your website and update it all the time. I have to add something to what you said. There are also some, it's something like Linktree, but it's called Link Bio. And it's actually just used to put into Instagram in your bio, and it's more or less a link tree, but it's also for free, and you can personalize it as well. So it looks kind of pretty. You can make like little clouds falling down, make rain or something like that. It looks very, very cute, and it's kind of a replacement for a website, I think. I mean, if you Google the artists, then I think the link bio thingy wouldn't come up when you type it into Google. So that's the only thing that's a bit of a shame.
Yeah.
But that's just a free version. Maybe if there's, I'm not sure about the version you pay for. Maybe it's also, maybe you can find it online if you pay for that version.
Did we just...
Link bio.
Link bio. Did we just make the window smaller? Is that what we did? Or is it
Yes.
after that? Okay.
Yeah, it's a very simple
Then
way
I
of
can do that
simulating
also.
a responsive design.
Okay. But is this really how it would show up on the mobile
This is
version?
how it looks.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, that's what the browser does.
It's not that bad, actually. It's going down.
Yeah.
Except I can't scroll.
this is the benefit of having just a very simple structure. It doesn't really change if you have more columns.
Actually good.
And we would look kind of skewed usually.
Yeah.
I think one of the things you should do and what you can do without a lot of time, just you can put the video back that one is missing or put it away from the website. I think it's not that good when it say, okay, the video is missing or the link is missing. Like,
Yeah.
I tried it several times, it doesn't work.
yeah. It's better to show it not than to show it like, dieses Video ist nicht verfügbar.
Yeah. Okay, great. Any further questions that you might have for the panel, or is that?
And sorry, maybe one thing more. In communication and advertising, you always have to think of persons, they don't know you and your product or your music or your art, and to make it as easy as possible to understand. And you're showing art and music too, what is cool, but maybe you can say it in a subline like Liz Matter, art and music or something like that, to make it clear, this is art, this is music, and then give structure.
Okay, fantastic. Thank you, everyone. All right, let's move to the next one. This is Celia May. So who is this? Yeah, okay. Whoopsie, Control F. Control Z. Sorry, I don't use these computers, I apologize. No? Okay, wow. Huh? Yes, please. I wish I had a Mac right now. Oh yeah, thank you, obviously. The old school way, thank you. Okay, next one. So we're looking at the mobile version immediately, which I'll leave for 1 second maybe, and then we'll go to the full. Okay, let's already make it bigger then. So, I think you guys saw this one also before. Is there any immediate feedback that you want to give?
Do you want to say something?
Yes, oh, I keep forgetting. Yes? Mm-hmm.
I don't know if you caught it, but yeah, there are some menu points because you just scroll down.
Yeah. But they jump to the points.
Yeah,
Is it just a one page?
No, it's not one page.
Okay.
Who would like to start?
Okay, I think the menus are cool, and like the points like home, music, bio, live, contact, it's well done. What I saw, maybe you can click on bio. As a designer, I really like this, how you work with the typography here, it's good. But there's another thing. You should only use one style on the website. Like this looks totally different like the first site. It's like another band. It's like, okay, it looks different. Another thing is based on typography, you should, can you go down please? You should think about the length of the lines. It's too long here. Usually you say 75 glyphs per line, Buchstabenglyphs, is enough to make it readable and to make it easy readable. And here it's too long. It should be maybe in 2 columns, or when they go in one, you should make the breaks earlier for the lines. And you should make it, because they're really short, on the left side and not centered, to make it easy, read easy. And what is good is that the style here is different. So you understand, this is the person or the magazine that said this, and this is the content of this part. Just make it left, make it not that long, like maybe the half of it, and it will be way more easy to read. And the photos are cool too.
Sorry, I have a question about that. But if it's on the left, the text, then what is on the right? Doesn't it look a bit empty?
No, it's about the empty space. It's about, there's a photo, it's about white space, and you also can do it to left and to right or something like that. And some, as I said, 2 columns, was what I meant. Therefore, it's okay.
Okay.
And give it one look. On the part of the bio, you play with this little tiny illustrations and the linings or something like that. It is really, really cool. Use it on the other sides too.
Okay, yeah.
I got a question actually. Celia, is this an image? Or are these, did you type that in?
No, it's an image.
It's an image, right? Okay. I had that impression because it looks so different than the other typography you used. You have a lot of cool, very cool press proof in there, a lot of cool press statements. The thing about this, why I'm asking if this is an image is because the text in there will not be indexed by Google, because Google doesn't, only if you describe the image that way, otherwise Google will not index the text that is about you. And it would be relevant because there's a lot of references of your name, which is important for Google. So the point I'm trying to make is, if you're integrating some verbal content, try to do it with text, which is a benefit for getting indexed or getting, so people can find you on Google. It's better than just an image. Moreover, is this a WordPress theme? How did you build it?
Zyro. Zyro? Do you know that?
It's not a content management system, right? I'm not familiar with it.
Okay, Zyro is what is it?
It's like a sandbox system.
Okay.
Yeah, where you can just build it yourself.
Okay.
And use just one typeface, or maybe 2, but not types or not typography that is too similar to the others. Like when you take a look on the menu, it's sans serif, and this font is sans serif too, but it's different, and it's a bit confusing. Just use one font or a serif font instead of it. Maybe can you go back to home? I think there are more typefaces. Like here is another typeface, and I think this is the same like in the menu. So when you just use one sans serif or a sans serif and serif font, it's way better to read, and most of the time it looks better.
Okay.
You can always, it's a nice tip, you can take a look on type in use, where you can see typography that matches to the other typography. And it's like a bit type nerding, but type in use. Or you Google like font pairing or something like that, because not every typography or not every font matches with another font. So you can see how expert used it, and you can copy it or you get inspired of it.
Okay, thank you.
I would add that maybe translate the quotes at the beginning into English as well.
Okay, so German and English.
Everything is in English, but the quotes are in German. And I think you want to appear as an international band because I think your songs are in English too.
Yeah.
And then that's the only thing that's in German, and people won't, maybe from other countries, won't be able to translate that. Or do you have a little thing where you can switch languages?
I don't think so, no.
And then one more thing, when you click onto music, I think that's a different font as well.
Yeah.
Talking about fonts, and I prefer this one to the first page. But the thing is, when you scroll up again, sorry, when you scroll up again, for me, it's a bit misunderstanding if there's still something coming after that. You know what I mean? And I'm not sure if that's, like, from a designer perspective, very pretty to put a little text here as well, so you know that something's still coming.
Okay.
It might not look that beautiful, but people will understand, oh, I can scroll here. There's something else coming. And as you said before, I really like your bio as well, the picture. How did you do that picture? That's a font you used, right?
I typed it, I think, in a tablet, and then I just drew the little doodles, and then I don't remember.
You drew them yourself?
Yeah, I drew them.
I think I would put on every single page a little doodle.
Oh, okay.
In that same style.
This is really nice.
Oh, thank you.
I really like this page.
If I can ask a question, you said to put the information as a real text and not as an image. Now, if she wants to have these doodles on the website, how can we put them on top of writing the text down on the website builder?
The doodles you can just import.
Use them as images and put them in there, but
you could find another way of describing the bio. You could use that image in another context. I have a separate page. Add another navigation entry. Whatever the concept is behind it. You do not necessarily have to do it with the biography, but I was referencing to having text about you as the literal text on the image. The more, the better, actually. Don't hide it.
You also, it's not that easy to make it like this as text and with the doodles together. It's not that super easy. You should work with PNGs as a file, not as a JPEG, with a PNG, because it has no background. And it's not like a black box around it, it's transparent. And you also can find a workaround, like you want like this and it's about coding or something like that. You could leave it there, and you can also put like the same text on the website, so Google will find it and make it transparent.
Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, we were trying to figure it out, and we just imported the image and just pasted it in there.
And one more thing, if you do the doodles on every page, you can try to animate them so that they're moving around. If you like that, I'm not sure if it uses a lot of data. No, because I have them on my website. I have Wix, and that's just one click that says you can make that spin if you want. And I click make it spin, and then it spins, and it looks cool.
Oh, that's cool.
I know. Maybe you can do that as well. I have no idea if your website allows that.
Yeah, the problem is we have a few. We encountered a few limitations with the website builder. The problem is that she paid for it before we started making it, and then we had no choice because we didn't want to waste the money. Yeah. Is there maybe, once the subscription runs off, is there any website builder that you can recommend as professionals that has literally no limitations, maybe of a few?
I love Wix.
Wix?
I love it. It's so easy.
Wix is very easy to use. For WordPress, there's a lot of good themings around, as we've previously mentioned, but usually you need a little bit of web design skills to customize it. So if you have experience with Wix and you can recommend it from an artist perspective, I would go for the easiest solution and focus on making good music. Not spending so much time with web design, sincerely.
Or Squarespace. I think that's the same. Like it's the same, like Wix. Also very easy. And then there's Jimdo, but I think the templates are a bit ugly.
Okay.
There are a lot of good themes and page builders, like Squarespace is cool too, Wix is cool too. You pay them monthly, and I was said before, Simplease is cool too for WordPress. You pay them once. It's like, yeah, cool. There was another thing, Cargo, isn't it Cargo? Yes. Yeah, it's really, really cool too. And rocks the theme of Simplease. That times when you think you need an agency or a coder to make a good website are over a long time. You can work with them really easy. And as you said, most of the time when you think, I want it like this, and it looks so easy in the ending, coding isn't that easy, but there are a lot of tutorials out there. When you go, WordPress, CSS for this and that, most of the time you can find it.
Okay.
And it's about try and error.
Okay, thank you.
And maybe another problem with the writings on with the illustrations is when there are pictures on mobile, they will look really, really small, I think. So you cannot control them.
Okay, yeah, we were having some issues with the website builder, and hearing that you've never heard of it, even that makes it kind of.
Yeah. So, personally, I don't know if Theresa and Max will agree, but I would suggest if the subscription runs out, rebuilding that with WordPress or Wix. The reason being that these they have a really large ecosystem around them. A lot of developers doing stuff for WordPress and for Wix, so you can expect that they offer themings that are more or less up to the current standards of usability and technology.
Yeah. Okay.
So because, for instance, these menu entries, I think you labeled it home, right?
Yeah.
A home button is not really used, at least in the WordPress themings. You will usually put a logo there, and people know to click there, and you get back to the home screen.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Stuff like this, very easy UX stuff. So if you use WordPress or Wix or Jimdo, for that matter, you can expect that this is the themings they offer, and the upgrades they have will always be very current.
Okay.
And not get outdated so fast, because the websites age very badly. In a couple of years, they look very old.
Yeah.
WordPress themes you can keep for a couple of years until you have to.
I think we paid, or I paid for like 4 years of this website, so I'm not sure, and I prepaid it. I'm not sure if I can cancel it, but I'm gonna try.
Then maybe see if there's a plug-in for your socials, because if you're maybe very active on Instagram or TikTok, just like put TikTok on here, all your TikTok content.
Have you? I think at the bottom there might be my Instagram or something.
No, I mean that it's like the videos appear in your website.
Oh, okay, plug in. Mm-hmm.
And it will automatically look cool because it's TikTok.
Yeah. Oh, okay, yeah, that's cool.
And another thing is, like, I can say to all of you, think about what is the need of the website, what I want to say to the people, because most of the questions will say, maybe I don't need a website, maybe it's just Instagram or it's just TikTok, because I can show my stuff all the time there. It's like when I want to show music videos and the next gigs and like a BTS of the show, maybe it's better to use Instagram instead of a website.
Okay, yeah, makes sense.
Liz, you said you needed a website. Why did you need a website?
Did I say that?
No.
Oh, sorry.
I had the feeling when you apply for certain things, like officially, there's always the question, what's your website? So it's
then you can
kind of requested.
Yeah. Are you all on Bandcamp? Yes. I think then just put in Bandcamp. That's kind of a website. If you don't have a website and only need it for applications.
And I'm always searching, like in the creative industry and advertising industry, like USP of the product. I know it's hard to talk a product of music but it is a product. And in creative industry, it's a bit the same. When you look like for people who write, like texters or something like that, you say, okay, they write and they have a style. It's a bit like the same in music. They make music and they have a style and their own style to make it, to give life to it, to make the experience on the website too. What are you doing there? And I told this before the meeting. There is a texter outside in Vienna. He's like, yeah, I'm a texter. I do advertising. I do editorial stuff like that, like all the others. But I want to show my story, and I want to give life to it. He made videos of his grandmother talking about him. And it's super, super nice. And it's like, yeah, I want to be on this website and I want to see more and I want to feel this. So give feeling to the website. Maybe like you show your art, yeah, show more, show like maybe how you draw. Find ideas to communicate.
I mean, I also just found a hidden part of the website, which is the newsletter, which I like this style even more in some ways than, I mean, it's just very clear, it's very inviting, you know, it's speaking directly to me, it's telling me all the benefits I would get if I get involved with this. It's a nice photo, but it's kind of hidden on the website, it's a little hard to find. I also have sort of a fundamental question, is Milk and Blood, is that the name of the EP, album? So I found that also a little confusing when I opened it because it's so big that I thought that might be your artist name, actually.
Me too.
And then the last bit of feedback, which is, again, I don't see a press kit. So I should also explain a little bit about myself. So I work for Austrian Music Export, and I'm running the website, so I guess I'm also an expert. And if I were to feature you on our website, let's say I put you in our artist glossary or in some other way, I wouldn't be able to get anything from this bio because I wouldn't be able to copy and paste. I wouldn't be able to know what rights I have to it. So a press kit would be really useful in that. Yeah.
You have nice drawing skills.
Thank you.
Ariana, thanks for mentioning the sub-level navigation because there's a fan club, I think, on the left side of the menu. What is this?
It's basically a website like OnlyFans or like what Patreon. So where you can pay to get exclusive content, like behind-the-scenes stuff and secret songs. And
which is actually a great idea. Regrettably, it's a little bit hidden.
yeah, it's.
When we do websites, it's always like, and I think it will say the same, like when you start, don't think about the look, think about the function and the structure. Think about how to navigate, how persons that don't know you and your music have to navigate through this website and make it as easy as possible, and then make it nice.
Oh yeah, that's a good point.
If I can ask a quick question about the fan club, since it's a paid service, right? Would you guys have an idea how to put it on the website in a better so that people might see it faster and be more engage more with it, but without it seeming like we want to get a lot of money out of it, but we would try to plug it a bit more, maybe. Would you have a better idea about it?
Make a screenshot of the website, because I think fan club, it looks very cool because you have on the right side these little snippet pictures of the content you have within fan club, and you can just make a screenshot, and then people can click on the screenshot and come to the website.
Instead of just the name?
Yeah.
Okay.
And
because a lot of people don't know what it is, and then they see, oh, it's exclusive content. Maybe write it big on top and make it blink, exclusive content. I like everything that moves.
And do I understand right? I have to pay, then I get the exclusive content.
Yeah.
So I think in the first steps, because this is a problem all magazines and newspapers have, like people don't use it and they don't want to pay for it because they see it on Instagram or something like that. You have to give something first, like, hey, I have a fan club now and the first 200 people get the new single as vinyl for free or something like that when you release it.
Oh, okay. So even more appeal for them to sign up.
Yeah. It's like on the web, and it's sad, people don't want to pay. They want the content for free.
Yeah, that's true.
And so you have to think about, how do I get them? Or like every month you make a video where you do the new song or something like that, or videos of the writing process. It doesn't have to be perfect. Just use your iPhone, use a little thing that holds the phone, and then give some exclusive content in the first step for free, and then more you can see there.
Yeah, I try to cross-promote it on Instagram, so I always put a little teaser, and then if you want to see the full thing, then you can.
Yeah.
I hope you also do the little doodles. Do you make videos of you doodling as well?
No, I have never done that.
You should do that.
Yeah,
I think
do it.
Yeah.
You could draw your songs.
That's a
live
good idea.
On TikTok.
Or on Twitch.
Thank you so much.
Welcome.
It was very helpful.
Thank you again for contributing to your
Participating.
website. Okay, we'll go to another one. So, the next person submitted 2 websites. Who is this person again? Me. Okay, do you mind coming up to the front? Thank you. Which one would you like us to start with?
Yeah, the Robin Rocks page.
Okay.
Because this is my personal main page, and this is the other is the website of my Verein. Yeah. This is more or less, it's more than an artist page because I'm doing a lot of other stuff, like you see the interviews and so on. And so this is my web page where I document all my stuff doing around Viennese and Austrian music scene, taking live pictures, and I don't know why didn't the first header didn't.
I mean, full screen it.
I don't know. Because there should be the pictures in these sliders. Why?
When I looked them at home, there were no pictures too.
A couple of days ago, I saw them. The slider has to be in there. It's actually here, but there's no images. It's just text slider.
Interesting. Just check it. Maybe there's something.
Well, maybe we can anyway start.
Yeah? Maybe there's something wrong. Okay. Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. All right. Well, Roddy, since we know each other, I took the liberty of taking a deeper dive into this. I think that this is the rockstar theme you're using, right? Mm-hmm. I was referencing that earlier. For me personally, it's a little bit difficult because there's so much content on it. There's so much content, and I would really, for me as a user and as the audience, I would really need some focus here. Because this part is referencing the YouTube videos that are shown here in the columns, actually referencing your interviewee or your
yeah, at the moment it's because
audience.
I present every Friday a new interview I did at the singer-songwriter stage on Nova Rock this year, and so all my other activities turned to the past more because I did a lot of other
different
things,
stuff. Doing a lot of different stuff. So this part is referencing to your identity that is focused on talking to or participating with the music industry, and the other parts of the website are referencing to your actual musical engagements. Even the slider is. I think in the slider you're talking about which kind of bands you're playing in, right? And below you're interviewing other bands.
Yeah.
So from a branding or from a content perspective, I'm not sure who Roddy Rocks actually is from his story. Roddy Rocks is a musician, but he's also an interviewer as well. So you have two websites already. So you could, it's just a suggestion, separate that entirely. These two strip these identities from each other. I don't know if Money Like is a website right now, or any of the other bands you're engaged with.
It's the main band I'm playing bass at the moment.
Yeah. Okay.
So it's not my band, it's Money's band. That's why it's called Money Like and not Roddy Band.
So if it's only about you,
my
suggestion, my proposal would be giving people an impression of who you are above the fold. And what are you doing? Because right now you have to kind of collect these pieces of information while navigating through the website. From a first point of view.
Yeah, this is the problem because the slider don't work with the pictures. Because if there were the pictures, it would be nice because this is the interviews I did at home, and then the band, my main band at the moment, and the next is the Verein. And if there are pictures, it looks better. But I don't know at the moment why the pictures are not displayed.
Yeah. It's more difficult than a typical artist website because you're more than a content creator. You're more than an artist. You're a content intermediary, so to speak. So this is the thing. I'm not sure. I'm not sure how to put it properly. If it's properly addressed here. So my suggestion would be thinking about how you want to. This is what Max said. Who are the people that are looking at this website, and what do you want to explain to them? Is it more or less a YouTube channel or a YouTube implementation, or do you want to have some more information on you as a musician? Do you want to receive new fans for the bands you're playing in? What is the actual objective? What is the goal behind the website? What is it that you want to achieve?
Yeah, it should be a collection of all my activities I'm doing around music, press, and events.
Okay. And
so
would you prioritize it in any way? Which is more, what is the most important aspect of your artist personality?
Yeah, it depends what comes in at the moment.
Okay.
You know, it's quite difficult. I cannot say, okay, I'm just because I had the chance to interview with a nice content creator team, 24 bands on Nova Rock, and so most of my content at the moment is Nova Rock, and sure, I'm participating in jam sessions, and which I post on my YouTube channel, and I post on my blog, and I post it on Facebook and Instagram. What I'm doing.
Okay.
So for me, the website is more the sum up of the collection of all my different channels I do and all my activities.
Yeah.
And so I cannot say, okay, I do. Yeah, I could split it up in 3 web pages, doing one interview web page, one musician web page, and one, and I keep that the Verein on its own website. Yeah.
But even doing so, I think you don't even need to put every single video onto your website. You could just put one picture on your website that indicates or that hints to your YouTube channel, because what you really want to do is promote your YouTube channel, right?
Yeah, if I have, at the moment, because it's the most content of thing. Because if, I did sum up it, I should reduce the 6 blog articles on the main page, maybe at the moment, because I did sum it up. If you go to events, the first is Roddy Rocks the Summer Festival. Then if you click on, no, not on events, it's the event site. Again, on Roddy Rocks the Summer Festival. Go down, this. Click on it, please. Yeah, and there I sum it up, all the interviews with a. So this should be sufficient if I have all the interviews on one page.
Yeah, and I think.
And I don't need it on the front page. This is at the moment maybe a bit confusing because it's all this Nova Rock content on the front page.
And I think there's so much text on the front page. There's so
and it's
much
always
text.
the same.
And do you think everybody reads that? It's just when you come into a website with so much text, do you read it, or do you just click on the video?
Bored. Yeah, it's clear. Yeah.
Because I would just think, I read the header and say, this interview is interesting, I click on the video. I would do that. But I think you don't need all the text.
Yeah. And it becomes a problem. If we can just try to simulate the responsive, the mobile view again. I don't know if she's going to do it. Yeah. So if you kind of narrow it down, then it becomes very small. Because this template is not responsive, not really. Actually, you would have to have 1 column on mobile, not 3, because this is too small.
No, it's 1 column on a mobile device normally.
Sure?
Yeah. You can see. Yeah.
Okay. It's interesting. Yep. It's a browser thing. Yeah. Right? Yeah. Maybe it's the Edge we're using right now. Maybe. Okay. But anyway, there's a lot of content on there. So due to this, I took the liberty of running it through Google PageSpeed Insight, and the page loading score is quite low. But there's an upside to this. The reason for this are the images. You would have to supply all the images that are on there in smaller formats, basically, to increase the loading time of the website, which will increase the usability after all. Which is good. Usually, if the loading speed is very, very bad, this is due to some WordPress plugins you're using that are interconnected to each other, and you cannot solve the problem apart from deconstructing the website entirely. But in your case, you would have to take a look over all the pictures and deliver them smaller in a solution or in a quality that is sufficient for web. I think there's a lot of images in there that have a very high resolution. So if you want to increase that, you just have to have a look over the images, and you will have a better usability after all. This is a very clear suggestion to make at this point. Yeah. And what is the restricted area actually? What is the restricted area? Is it for press?
No, it was when I did try to do some. Oh yeah, I have a mic. Sorry. Yeah. Yes, I did set up this when I did some workshops for a recording studio, because in my main profession I'm a lawyer and I worked for some media law firm, and so I did some workshops for intellectual property law, and and I just wanted to do for the members, to log online and get the back references and everything, the material for the workshops. But after Corona, the Kiwi Sound Studio did give up, and there was no more bookings for workshops. But I did set it up.
Yeah, speaking of storytelling, this is something that we do not know when we go to the website. They do workshops on intellectual property law. This is what I'm missing here, especially from a content perspective. Something that would, like a page that is about you. That kind of, without much text, explains what you're actually doing. That you're a musician and you offer additional services. So that is clear what you're doing. Then you can dive deeper into all the stuff you're offering. All the interviews, the bands, the workshops you're giving, whatever. But this is not clear to me if I visit the website.
Sure. Yeah.
So this is the content, from a content perspective, this is what I would recommend. Taking a look at who's going to visit the website and what they want to know. And what is it that you want to display first, if you want to prioritize it in any way? And from a technical perspective, the Rockstar theme is fine. Yeah, it's a lot of text, and you should smaller the images so the loading speed gets.
Yeah, and better. I think it would be better to reduce the block, not to have 6 blog posts on the front page, and more concentrated. Yeah, because I'm quite confused that the slider doesn't work and the pictures don't work, because I think this would be more explainable with 4 short pictures of my activities. But yeah, I don't know what happened at the moment that this slider doesn't work. But do you think I can do it on a front page to split the activities with? Yeah. If I reduce the block thing, should be
a lot of different varieties on how you can do this. Yeah. If you have a lot of time and effort, you can think about the whole concept, how you would approach this without even having this menu over there, which is the one pager that links, and then have your burger menu that leads you to the different sub pages. So you could make a visually very engaging website out of this. Because you have a lot of things to offer. That depends on how much time you want to invest in that. But if you want to tell a story about it, you could start with some wireframing, sketching something, and draw a page that would link you to every activity that you have. Then you would have to find a proper theme and there's someone to implement that stuff. It takes a lot of work, though.
And graphically, how would you think it is good to do it like a scratch board or the front page? How should it? Should it look like to implement the different parts of my work I'm doing? Only with a menu, and how do you think what could be the first impression of the front page could be?
Above the fold, you should have actually an image and a little bit of text that describes you in 2 or 3 sentences, 1 sentence more or less. Yeah. And how you want to navigate through it, that's up to the concept. You can judge that right now, but I don't know, maybe it's a graphical expertise. We have some graphical expertise here, design expertise, and that would recommend you in a way to properly display all that in a very engaging way. But you would have to think about that. You could do a workshop on this, actually. Yeah. But just to summarize it, there's a lot of content on it, and I'm not entirely, personally, I'm not sure what I should be looking at first, and who Roddy Rocks is. If I first visit the website, and it probably would make sense thinking about how to structure it in a more easy way for an audience that is not familiar with you. Yeah.
Thank you.
If it's okay, I'm going to go to someone else's, and if there's time, we can still do your second website. Okay, the last one. So can we get the last person to come up? Thank you. So this is a new website for all of us because we just got it. So it'll be fresh input.
Thank you. I just need to say that I'm not the creator of this, and I'm also not very programmer. So I just want to hear if there is something which really looks very bad for you or something. Thank you.
Great.
I think you didn't do the website. You just did the.
Yeah, I did. I am not. Yeah, I didn't
the programming.
do it. No.
Okay.
I
think the website is okay. There is a lot of information. They're good. Maybe you can go to the header, please, at home at the start. This is not that easy to read when it's fully loaded. The new single Eva Pora is out now. Maybe you can use a bold font or something like that. This is nice. The content, the videos look like they're really good produced. This looks a bit empty, the blue here, just powered by band, Sugal. Maybe there should be some icons like Instagram, Facebook, too, like they started above, and maybe a content like when you scroll down, you're at the end, and then like to show something, contact me now or something like that. And maybe you can go to about or music, I'm not sure yet. There was a little mistake. Down. No, that was maybe at music. And here is a two fonts, like just use one.
Yeah,
it looks a bit like a mystic out, the second one. More information. No. It's a good website for musician and for production.
It's nice to hear.
Yeah.
I think just on the homepage you don't need that much information because it's twice on the website, right? Like when you scroll down, this video comes again when you click on videos, and then Bandcamp comes again.
Yeah, that's true.
with all of these websites, shouldn't there be some kind of impressum?
Yeah.
There was
Imprint.
an imprint, which you would legally, I think, need.
Probably. Yeah.
Also, in that case of the first website where she used the cookies, I think you have to indicate that on your website that you're collecting data.
Yeah. After GDPR, the
I don't
DSGVO.
Yeah, okay.
You have a cookie banner.
And it's not there?
Yeah.
Okay.
Every website needs an imprint. And especially because it's happened right now, you should not use Google Fonts at the moment, or you just should not embed Google Fonts because there is an Anwalt, a lawyer that's sending out you're not allowed to use this Google Fonts there, and you have to pay.
How do you know it's a Google font?
You can, when you embed it, you can see it in the source code.
And you're not supposed to use them, even if you can. If say Wix says you can use these fonts.
I don't know about the laws. I don't know it, but I know it's happening at the moment. And I've read in an article, when you download it from Google and then load it up by yourself, it's allowed because Google is tracking the information, like how people act and do stuff like that. And it seems like it's not allowed at the moment.
But when you Google fonts are for free, right?
Yeah.
So you can just download them for free and then use it on the website? Okay.
Yeah.
Then maybe download it.
Okay.
And use an imprint.
And the thing with imprints is I never know which information you have to put on them, especially when you use cookies. How would you guys go about that? Because I just go on other websites and copy imprints.
There are generators outside. Like you can for free use it, like I'm like a company or like a musician or something like that. My name is and full of stuff, and then you get an imprint.
Ah, yeah. That's good to know.
Okay, I didn't know. Thank you.
And you can go on stuff like that. Maybe use on a server based in Austria or in Europe and not in Russia or something like that. But yeah, that was so yeah.
Okay, I will correct this.
That's interesting. Actually, do you have a navigation entry for music and sync rights? Movies and sync rights, sorry. Who is the target audience of this page?
Who's? Sorry, I didn't understand.
Who is the target? It's interesting that you have a navigation entry for movies and synchronization rights. Who would you say is the target audience for this web page? Are these companies that want to contract you for contract the music?
I think like promoters, maybe like. I'm not sure about this.
Okay.
This one, like this specific page.
What I'm getting at is just this. The navigation is quite full. So I can imagine that on a mobile screen it might break down to 2 lines.
Okay.
So maybe at some point you could kind of combine videos and photos to a media point or something to make it a little more cohesive, or a little more easier. Because right now it's very finely granulated, if this is an English word, I don't know. But there's also a lot of stuff. So if you want to make it simpler, try. I would suggest trying to reduce the navigation entries and have categories that are very simple. I actually have a good example for this. Could you open up a website quickly? It's soda-mit-himbeer.at. Should I spell it out? Yes. You have it here. Yeah. This is the music agency. Is also a drink, obviously. This is a music agency and label in Vienna, and basically that's a structure. So she's telling a story and combining it with categories. saying that artists release, plan, and play with Soda mit Himbeer. And this is also a menu, which personally I find quite enticing.
Have you done the website?
No. We are, as a musician, I'm on that label, that's right. But it's not a website. Yeah. Down here. Yeah.
And maybe when I read Bohemian Crystal Instrument, for me it was like it's this music instrument company or something like that, and it's not that clear. Maybe there should be a subline like production for film music, etc.
Yeah, that's a good point. It's like it's not very much. I also wouldn't be sure what kind of thing is it. Okay, thank you.
I've got one more question. When you use a picture, we talked about this before, when you use a picture and you want the information on the picture to come up on Google, can you just type in whatever information you want to come up on Google, use the same color as the background, make it very, very, very small, and put it behind the picture?
You can do that actually. I believe, I'm an expert in this, but this has been a very well distributed idea of trying to cheat Google for the last couple of years. I'm not sure if it works. It still works currently. Usually the algorithms that Google uses for indexing pages, they are very advanced. And sooner or later they will look into this. If you have some white text that is just intended for having keywords in there, on a blank space somewhere on the website, that's really 2015 actually. That was what a lot of people were doing back then, and it worked. I think currently the algorithm has detected a way to avoid these texts. So this is not a guarantee that you will get listed.
So when you use Wix, Wix tells you, oh, you have to put in more information on your starter page because it doesn't show up on Google. Wix says the SEO thingy isn't correct or full or whatever. And then you have to put in all the information. And then when you put it in very small, it says, okay, all the information is in.
Well, there are different plugins. I don't know how it's structured in Wix, but you can use Yoast for SEO on WordPress. And you usually see from the plugin the recommendations on how to structure your content so that it is it's properly labeled for Google indexing, because this changes a lot. So I would not make any absolute answers to this. But if you want to just have images that appear on Google, you can have, usually you have on every content management system, you have an option to add some meta attributes, meta tags for the images, and this is usually enough.
And it's also important to give the images good and right names, like I think on this website it was like painting 2 or something like that. Just give it also the right name, like this matter painting of clouds or something like that.
Or cover.
Yeah. Yeah.
One last piece of feedback under the about. I see that there's like outdated information. It says in May 2020, this is going to happen. So that's clearly outdated. I would really separate, again, I think it's great to have a press kit so that someone can just quickly go to whatever, a Dropbox, and have a usable bio, and then maybe separate it with a news part. So I know in this case there's already so many sectors, I don't know where to put it exactly, but maybe just on the home page, news that's coming up, that you can easily switch out. Cool, okay. We still have 15 more minutes, so we could do the second website. Gregor? Do you want to do your other website that you submitted? Okay. Is there anyone I'm forgetting here that submitted that we didn't get? No? Okay. Then.
Maybe I can help Gregor for the first website, just a few sentences. I have some ideas for him because about the graphic design. Maybe you can open it too. I have a similar website like this, a bit like this, and I can show you something. First of all, think about the graphic over there in the header. It's super fully loaded, Make it. It's not clear. Is this your logo or is it this one? It's the typeface is fighting against each other, make it clear. And you also say here, it's always the same text. Just the last line is the same.
Yeah, because it's the same. It was the same event. Yeah, this is this.
And as
you could scroll down and do older pages, older posts. Just 2 times because there are too many interviews now. Because now we are having the 12th interview of Nova Rock. Once again, please. Scroll down.
It's way too much information.
Yeah, and you see my other. So now it looks more like a blog.
Yeah, and just make it like when you have the text there, just 3 lines, not more. Because we're on the internet, we're living in 2022, and people don't read.
Yeah,
they don't read. And as I see you're doing this on YouTube, you can also. I know Google don't like fonts on YouTube on pictures, but I'm doing a YouTube format too. It helps when you don't like here. Not use a thumbnail of the video, just make your own thumbnail like a photo and write it on the photo like Roddy at the Nova Rock or something like that. It will be more clicked on YouTube. Maybe I can show you like you did an example. Maybe can you open please buttersessions.com? Like we have the videos on YouTube too, and we learned it from it. I think it's at.com. .com. Buttersessions.at. And then like it's structured too. Like maybe you can go Danino Aswin and just click, and then you can go down. There are a lot of videos too. But as you can on YouTube, and it always says it's a picture, it's a photo, like a full concert, and then go down. There's the text. Go down, 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 please. And photos. And here always the photo and with text on it, but just the title. So it looks always a bit different. And when you're on YouTube and people see like full concert, they click on it. I know Google does not like it, but it's better for the users on YouTube to see what's inside there, and it's better to make just a photo of it, like a thumbnail of the video. It's a bit more professional, I think.
You have at the beginning a video at the home thingy.
Yeah.
How do you do that? Because I tried it with a band as well, and it slowed down the website so much.
Yeah, this is the picture is super small, like compromise it down in Photoshop, and the video here is just on Vimeo. It's just embedded.
Yeah. There's no video on the website itself. It would be impossible.
I tried that as well, but then it takes a lot of time to make the video start.
It's just coding. So you can write down autoplay, and I don't know the code. It's
Squarespace.
Yeah. And this is nothing there is on the website. It's just like a big player. And when you hear scroll, maybe I think like.
But you programmed the plugin for this slider video.
No.
Or?
This is Simplease. This is the WordPress site. And
this is on the theme?
That's a great band, by the way. They just released a new track today.
Maybe when you go down, and here it's too like a lot of bands, like you're doing a lot of interview, and I really like the stuff you do because you do a lot, separated. And here also it's like structure and no text, and it's just the band and the title. And it says it's way more easy to look at, and it's way more structure because it's just a picture and the title, and maybe you can do 3 sentences about it too, but reduce.
Yeah, this would be easy because it's just the text you write on the blog post. If I leave it without anything, then there's no text anymore. It's easy because I have to. It's just yeah. It's just a programming thing and not a yeah.
If you need something graphically, I don't know if you're familiar with that, but there's a lot of graphical artist tools out there, like Canva. You familiar with Canva?
I like Canva. Yeah.
You can actually putting text on an image. You can do that yourself.
Yeah, Canva is cool.
The designer for that.
Yeah.
And yeah, I think we're on the same page here. Reduce the content to make it more easily digestible.
One of my favorite designers said 50 years ago, and it's still on, I have to say in German, so viel wie möglich, so wenig wie nötig.
Yeah. Yeah.
It's your website.
Yeah,
too, isn't
this
it?
is the institutional part of my music engagement.
You've got an impressum.
Yeah, sure, because it's a Verein and...
Did you take the photos by yourself?
No, they're... Oh, I think this was the graphic designer who did this website.
So
Because
they're
it
not
was
just random from the internet.
a member of my Verein who had a web agency, and his wife is a cool designer who designed my logo for Musiker Kollektiv, which is good because I said I want to keep it simple and industrial more, and she did a great job, I think. And I reviewed his 2 albums of the graphic designer, and so he did my Verein website for free. Yeah, this is that's how I'm working. I just exchanging, things.
But I think you should
giving
still
things.
indicate the copyright.
Yeah.
But maybe it's in the imprint.
So if you, yeah.
This is an interesting example, actually, because the navigation and the content is way easier here. It's quite clear that this is about an initiative that is offering rehearsal spaces and other services. The thing I'm referencing a lot today is the Startseite. If you have a logo or something like this, it's sufficient if you put it on the left upper corner. People will click on it and they will realize that they're on their home screen. It always looks a little bit outdated. They have a home button or something like this.
Oh, I have a home button. Yeah, just scroll up.
Startseite.
Ah, yes.
Yeah, you don't need the Startseite
Okay,
actually.
yeah.
You have the logo up there anyway.
And maybe put away the bold words in the text, they're too much.
Yeah.
And it's not that different. It looks like, I have to view it 2 times.
Yeah.
And, oh, it's bold.
It's not highlighting anymore. Yeah, yeah.
I'm not sure for accessibility that the gray text is ideal for people that have seeing issues. I don't know if the contrast is strong enough. I don't know. We've had to change the red on our website of certain parts of the text because it just blends too much into the background, into the white. So I just don't know why you chose a dark gray text instead of a black.
Is it a dark? Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, since it's a Verein, you're probably right. You should pay attention to the web content accessibility guidelines. I think this is what you're referencing to. But you would have to take a look into this.
Yeah, I didn't think about it because they did it. Yeah, this was a homepage I didn't design on my own, so I gave it to them, and I checked it and said, yeah, looks cool, good. So I didn't think of these things. Yeah.
You do a lot of cool stuff.
Very busy.
Yeah.
The pictures of the rehearsal spaces, does it actually work? If you click on a picture, then I get a gallery? Because that's...
I think so, yeah. And to the schedule.
Oh, really? Okay.
So every band who
It's quite cool.
rehearse,
Kind of
yeah.
It's a little bit hit.
You see, we are quite full at the moment after the second lockdown. Everybody liked to have a private rehearsal room because the commercial rehearsal rooms had all the lockdown things. And I said, hey, you have to keep, if you wear a mask, I'd have no contact with you. You just keep it in the band. I don't care what you're doing there. We are open. It's a private space. So nobody will control. There's no police around, and so since then we're full.
Great. Yeah.
Yeah.
Maybe from another perspective, you should write down somewhere the music equipment that is used there. Because when I read, okay, 2 guitar amps, maybe which amps, okay, I see it on the picture, but just write it down, it's nerdy.
Yeah. Yeah, I even for the insurance, it's better to have a complete equipment
some
list.
Some old Marshalls, some old Walks.
Yeah, true. You're right, yeah, this is true.
But if this is more or less a web shop actually or a booking website for booking rehearsal spaces, then you would need a calendar and the rehearsal rooms more in focus. Maybe even on the
if I'm looking for new
spaces,
bands,
then you would need to enhance the placement on the website.
And how do you think could be nice idea to do this from the start page on to have a button, or are there any new strategies I don't know since 2010?
There most definitely are. It is a typical 2010 layout. You're right. Well, you could have a slider on the web page. You could have layouts with grids showing the rehearsal spaces, with buttons with a CTA button on Book Now that opens up a contact menu. Whatever you could think of. Yeah, usually you find a solution that you will customize in some WordPress theme or something. That is, or a shop template for that matter. If you actually want to organize it like a shop. Usually they have some calendar plugin as well. But you would have to change the focus of the website entirely. This is the information website, and if you want to have a website that's focused on booking, then you would more or less need something that's more similar to a web shop. Have WordPress and a WooCommerce plugin or something.
Yeah.
But if you want to do it, this is a lot of work. Currently, from an information perspective,
I don't need, because that's why I'm focusing on bands who play regularly once a week or twice a week. And I don't rent them for hours. So just because I haven't the time to like tee on, I cannot afford because I have no personal. So I cannot. So so I don't need selling because at the moment I have no space. Even. Things changes,
But of course,
could be a nice advice to.
If you don't need them to scale up and then make a major operation out of this, but obviously there are some ways to which you can display the content on the rehearsal rooms a little bit more up to date. But then you would have to rebuild the website on Wix or on WordPress or whatever. But from an information perspective, coming back to that, I think it's fine. The information is quite clear. I know what I'm getting into when I'm on that website.
And the selling point, what would you suggest for the Roddy thing? Because I could use more because I get offers like I got the offer from Paulina to interview you. I think I didn't interview you personally, your brother, I think, and the guitarist.
Because no, it was me.
It was you? Was it you? Yeah. Okay.
It's my twin brother.
You were at home, in my home?
Yeah.
This was you, not your brother.
2 years
okay.
ago.
Yeah, because I wasn't sure. I'm sorry, I only met you twice. Once at the Szene, and then and so Paulina asked me, hey, could you interview my new band and releasing something? So I get offers to interview bands in Vienna. It's not a problem. But how could I improve this? That more agencies or more bands come to my website and ask me, hey, could you interview me for my new release?
My first suggestion would be having a separate subpage that is entirely focused, entirely directed on a press target audience, or let's say a B2B, business-to-business audience, where people want to communicate and connect about interviews or press.
They don't want to have a fan page. Having
like a one-pager that is strictly determined for engaging contact between music agencies, parties, and yourself. Where you have some quick information about you, what you've been doing, and then a contact option. That's it.
And it's also about reach, because when I do PR, I always check out, okay, do you have a lot of reach on your YouTube channel for your videos? How many people are actually watching these videos? And if you've got a lot of views, I would be tempted to ask if you want to interview a band of mine. So you might want to think about promoting your videos. Because then promoters see, oh, he's got a lot of views.
Yeah, at the moment my views depend on how much effort puts the interviewed band into promoting the video. Because I cannot, I'm not the ORF, I cannot.
Thousands of euros in advertising budget.
It's not super expensive. We started promoting videos too on the Butter Sessions website. I think also Goodwills. And we started it with Oscar. And Maria said, yeah, the label of Maria said, we want to promote it. And I think they spend around, it sounds a lot for just one act, 500 euros. And it was like the videos have, I think, 40,000 views or something like that. And you also can spend like 50 euros and can reach in Vienna a lot to people. It's just about how you target it, and it's a bit difficult, and you have to find out how it works. And I would give you also said you want to reach agencies. I would give you the tip. Please. The last step. Yeah. Make the work on the feedback with the website, and then contact agencies. It's always, I think, maybe it's the same in the music business or in the agencies, in the advertising agencies where I work, a lot of production companies said, hey, can we come over and show you our stuff? Maybe you need it in some case. They're totally open for this.
Yeah. So this is what I'm quite doing if they are not contacting me, because I'm doing so much things. So I'm glad that I have not that overrun. Yeah, okay, yeah, true. Thanks you.
Thank you so much, everyone. That was amazing feedback to our audience. Thank you. Thanks, everyone who's watching. Thank you.
Welcome.
Ich bin der Schlüsselmacher. Aber ich mache nicht einfach nur Schlüssel. Ich verschaffe dir Zugang zu den besten Geschichten der Welt. Denn meine Schlüssel bringen dich überall hin und können alles mit dir machen. Ist der hier für dich?
Unlock great stories. Kanal Plus. Stream großartige europäische Serien und Filme.